Hello everyone, I'm Mary from the Deltona Regional Library and I'm going to share with you today an origami project. It's an infinite colored module origami starburst. It's really cool because it turns into a toy, so you can reveal the colors infinitely. The instructions for this are adapted from the Origami Modular Supernova found on Instructables. But we did modify them some, and we've given you some extra clues on how to get it to really stick together and work for you. So the supplies you'll need for this are 200 squares of colored paper, make sure they are squares, and a glue stick. Now a note about the paper. It's best if you use origami paper because it's thinner and it folds more easily. However, it can be done with regular copy paper. I just suggest if you're using the copy paper, bigger squares are better. So these are 15 centimeter squared origami pieces. To make a project this size, because A, we didn't have enough pieces of large paper, and B, we wanted something a bit more handheld, we took these 15 centimeter squared pieces and cut them into quarters. So to make a project this size, you're working with squares this size, which is a quarter of the 15 centimeter pieces. Again, if you're using copy paper, which is thicker, I suggest you stick with the larger squares. So 200 squares of whichever size you choose to make your complete piece. Any colors you want. What I'm going to do for you is show you how to fold each individual piece twice. Then we're going to show you how to interlock them. So I'm going to show you with the larger squares. Your final piece, when it's all folded, is going to look like these little frogs. So what you're going to do, start with your square. Imagine you're sitting at the bottom. You're going to fold the top down to meet the edges, and keep it as exact as you can get, and make sure those creases are pressed down really flat, because that will make interlocking everything at the end much easier. Now you're going to take the right side of the paper and fold it to the left to make a square. If you need help pressing down those creases, you can grab a ruler or a gift card or something, or a marker or a pencil, and just run it along the edge to press it really flat. It does kind of get tiring on your fingers, so I suggest you do that because your fingers start to get a little numb. So now take the paper and fold it back out so you have your book. Now take the top left corner, fold it down to the center crease to make the bottom edges match. Press down your crease really well. Take the top right corner, fold down to the center crease to make the bottom edges match. So you have your triangle. Now we're going to press it into a diamond. So you're going to take your piece, lift it, keeping the flaps to the left. Take your far right edge and your center piece, and at the crease, pull it apart and press the top point down to the bottom, and press the whole thing flat, and you have your diamond. Now take the top sheet, that top point, fold the point on the top flap up to the top point. And press out your triangle. Now take this first small triangle, you see you have two in the center here. Take that top one, fold its bottom point up to the top. Take your whole diamond, flip it over, keeping the flaps at the bottom. Take that top sheet, fold the point up, and just repeat the process. Now take your remaining triangle and fold its bottom point up to the top. So you have a smaller triangle. Now we're going to press this out into a diamond again. So take your right corner, lift it up, open up the center creases, take your top point, press it down to your bottom point, press everything out flat, and you have your smaller diamond. Looks kind of like a fox head. Hello, their ears. Now you're going to take the bottom points, rotate them up to the top, take your little ear flaps, take their bottom point up to the top point. You're going to turn your fox into a frog. Again, take that bottom point up to the top. Press out your creases. And you have your one completed piece. So I'm going to show you how to do that again. So take your square, top edge to the bottom, take your right edge over, making sure you're pressing out those creases, open it back up, take your top left corner down to the center crease, top right corner down to the center crease, getting those bottom edges to match as much as you can. Now we're going to press it into our diamond. So you lift it with the flaps to the left, take your far right edge and your center edge, pull them out, press the top point down to the bottom, press it flat. Now take the top point, top flap, lift the point up to the top center, take that first small triangle, lift it up to the top center, flip the whole thing over, and do it again. Now take your right corner, lift it up, pull out your center creases, press the top point down to the bottom, take your bottom point, bring it to the top, fold your flaps up, and there's your frog. Now I suggest you pause the video here and go fold the rest of your 200 squares till you have all of your little 200 frogs, and then resume the video to see how to interlock them together. All right. So to interlock them, you're going to build something that looks like this up a pile. So to do that, take 4 of your frogs, place them together so that all of the flaps, the ears are pointing to the center. Then when as you're connecting them together to get an idea of how they're going to be placed, you're going to place the next 4 pieces in a diamond pattern. So you're going to, again, have the flaps pointing to the center, but the square is going to be turned so that you have a diamond, so your points are alternating. So you end up with something that looks like that. Now, to connect the pieces, Take 2 of your colors, place them edge to edge so the flat points are pointing together. Take a 3rd color, fold it in half with the flaps on the inside, your little frog legs on the inside and at the bottom. And then when you lift the edge, you see how you create 2 pockets? You're going to take the frog leg of one color, the small triangle, and it's going to slip inside the right pocket. Then you take, with the points folding in, the frog leg of the other color of that same edge and slip it into the second pocket. So they interlock. Then if you have your squares folded flat, you put your opposite colors on the bottom and the connecting piece on the top. When it folds flat, it should look like that. Now you take your next color, put them edge to edge, fold a piece in half so you create your pockets, slip one edge into the right pocket, one edge into the left pocket, fold it flat. Take your 4th color, I'm going to rotate it. It might help you. It helped me as I was doing it. Rotate it. Have your pockets. Slip one side in, the other edge in. Fold everything flat. Then I'm going to rotate it again. As you're doing this, it's important. You can try to do it without the glue. It didn't work for me. Everything fell apart as I was trying to connect the rings. So as you're connecting them, it's helpful to put glue on the top of the triangles you're inserting into your connector piece. Take this, fold it flat, fold it together, insert your flaps, and press flat. Hold it for a few seconds, and that will secure them together. So as you're going, when you go to make your ring, all the little flaps don't start popping out of their pockets. So connect all of your pieces until you have a pile of all 200 pieces with alternating corners. Then you're going to take the top flaps, wrap them around to fit into your bottom pockets. Make sure you glue them. And as you're gluing those bottom rings together, it helps if you choose your colors, put 2 pockets in, then rotate it a little bit till you get your next point up, glue those 2 pockets in, rotate it again. Make sure you're holding them down for a few seconds as you're gluing them together. By the time you're done, you'll have your Starburst. Have fun!